Hello guys, welcome back to another video, and in today's video we are going to be seeing and I'm going to be telling you if the Switch OLED is worth it in 2023. Let's get started. The Nintendo Switch OLED released back in October of 2021 and was a pretty big significant upgrade, not spec wise but display wise. You have more bezels taken up, so those chunky ones you had on the original Switch are no longer. You got a pretty much edge to edge display ratio with the screen. Still 720p, which is actually fine. I'll get into that a little bit later. But also battery life seems to be a lot better. But yeah, so far I must say it is worth it and you should definitely pick it up. It is $50 more than the original Switch, but I'm going to get into all the upgrades you get with this model over the original, and I'll tell you why it's definitely worth the extra 50 bucks in my opinion. So for charging the Switch, just like the original Switch, the Switch OLED uses USB Type-C. At the top, you have your power button, volume up, volume down rockers. Then you have the fan vent right here. Then you have a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack, but you can also, with recent Switch updates, you can pair Bluetooth headphones. Then there's your game card slot for physical games. So like I said earlier, the Switch in handheld mode has a max resolution of 720p, which in my opinion is not a problem since it's a small display of a tablet. You're not gonna notice it. It's not that big of a deal. But when you dock it and you put it in the dock, you can get up to 1080p resolution, which in my opinion is not overkill like 4K. Now I think 1080p is still really solid, I think 1080p is awesome. So now let's talk about exclusives. Nintendo is notorious for exclusives. So like for here, I got Super Mario Odyssey and Splatoon 2 currently. Planning on obviously getting more games. But Nintendo is notorious for exclusives, so you'll have no problem finding games. So there's Mario Odyssey, Splatoon 2, Splatoon 3, Zelda Breath of the Wild, the Metroid games, Mario Kart. It's endless. They have a great library of first-party Nintendo games on this console. But if you want more of like a third-person shooter, but more kid family friendly, I'd go with Splatoon 2. Very fun game. Or if you want more of an open world adventurous game, the first game I'd go with would then be Super Mario Odyssey. So now here's a sample photo from Super Mario not Galaxy, Super Mario Odyssey. And the camera doesn't really do a good job, but like Mario's red really pops. And then like if there's a complete black area or screen, it looks pure black. It is amazing. And I believe Samsung or LG makes this display. If you know, please tell me, but I believe it is Samsung, which is notorious for making excellent, really sharp, vibrant displays. But basically, if you look, the reason, if you don't know what an OLED screen does, basically, so the original Switch has a single backlight in the behind the screen, which lights up all the things you see on the display, okay? But where an OLED screen is different is you have individual pixels lighting up the screen. So when there's a complete black screen, those pixels will shut off. They're giving you a full, like, dark display because those pixels shut off, which is really nice. I know I haven't, like, showed an example of, it in docked mode, but in docked mode, it's the same story as the normal Switch. You dock it in, your resolution will upscale to 1080p, which is cool. But on the Switch OLED, let's talk about the the benefits of spending the extra $50. Let's get into that right now. So when you spend the extra $50, you'll get obviously what the name implies, the OLED screen. So like I just explained a minute ago, you'll get the brighter colors, more vibrant stuff, and you'll get the more deeper blacks, which is a very good plus. But there's other things too, like the fan up here. They fix the vent like grill, so like if it gets too hot, I've seen like on other YouTube videos that like they'll like deform or crack or melt, which isn't a good thing, but they seem to fix that, which is a great thing. And the other thing is on the base Switch, you get 32 gigabytes of internal storage built in, but on the Switch OLED, you get 64 gigabytes. But that's obviously not really a big deal when it comes to storage because most of the time you're going to need anyways, even with 64 gigabytes of storage to get an SD card expander. I'm not really sure how true this is, but I heard like Joy-Con drift which is a very prone issue to the Switch if you're not familiar with it. What Joy-Con drift does is over time, it's either when the sticks wear out or there's stuff, I believe it's stuff like dust or dirt that gets in between here and causes the thing to, move on its own, which is obviously something you want to avoid at all costs. The last thing too is battery life seems to be a bit better than the original Switch. But yeah, I hope this video was helpful. If it was, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Leave a comment down below if you thought it was helpful at all, which I'd really appreciate. So thank you for watching, and in the end, do I think the Switch OLED is worth it? I think it's totally worth it. If you do not have a Switch and you want to get a Switch, I'd definitely spend the extra $50 because you're getting a lot more improvements, especially in the display, which is a big thing. But like, for instance, if you want to save the $50 or dollars and get the regular Switch, and you have plans, to only play in, dock mode, then I would go for spend, the less money and get the original Switch. But if you're going to get a Switch, I'd 100% recommend the OLED. It is amazing. It's an amazing console, has amazing games, and I absolutely love it, and I'm sure you'd love it too. So yeah, thank you for watching, and peace.